Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And fuck our champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
Hello everyone and welcome to Laurel Hill Park in Secaucus. Action in the APSL Metropolitan Conference for you today. I'm Sam Lopresti for Game in Frame, and this afternoon we'll be seeing Hoboken FC and New York Greek Americans in this late season contest. Hoboken, they are still mathematically alive for the playoff race. They are 7 points back of Manhattan Celtic, who keep on giving them opportunities to get back into things, but they just haven't been taking them. Hoboken still without a win in the 2025 calendar year at 7 straight, including a draw against CPR in their last match that ended up, pardon me, that they led twice. If they're going to get there, they will have to win out. Starting with this match and the Greek Americans, they are in 3rd place on a tiebreaker. They're even on points with Lansdowne Yonkers at 41. Both of those teams 6 points back of New York Pancyprian. Looks like the Pancyprians probably have that title in the bag, but the playoffs are pretty much set for them, and they did go through the playoff last year and end up winning some major national hardware. Hoboken on their last life, New York Greek Americans looking to fine-tune themselves for the postseason. We'll have all of the action here on Game in Frame right after this. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The aircase uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game in Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Teams lining up. And heading out to their respective positions. Hoboken so desperately in need of this win. Just turn this year around. They were solidly in playoff position at come Christmas time, but they have been dropping like a stone ever since. Problems dropping points against teams they really need to be beating, which is something that has bugged them for the last 2 seasons now. That loss to Richmond County a few weeks ago, 5-4 CPR. Like we said in the opening, they led CPR twice in that game, including going ahead with about 3 minutes to go and then giving that up. They've also had problems with the big three, with the Pancyprians, Lansdowne, and the Greeks. End of September, they played the Greeks the first time at Hofstra and went down 5-1. Remains their worst loss of the year so far. They've lost twice to the Pancyprians. They managed to draw 3-3 here against Lansdowne in a thrilling game that we had here on Game in Frame. But they need something to break for them. And it'll be one heck of a break if it comes against the Greeks. And off we go. Hoboken playing in all blue, Greek Americans in all white. They'll bring things back. Hoboken looking to press early. Is a foul. Izzer Brown got dropped there. It's finally Hoboken with more than one true center back on the pitch. They've been scant in that area for a bit ever since Daniel Brady was sent off against the Pancyprians for a last man foul. That was rather controversial at the time and remains so in post-game discussion. Ball rolling away from Spencer Burkhart for a goal kick. You notice the flag coming down there. The wind is incredible today. The gusts very, very strong. It's coming at a bit of a diagonal from left to right on this field. We're going to get a throw in here for the Greeks. They're trying to move it. Burkhart comes out with it. He loses it quickly. Up forward. Adam Garner stepping in. Looking for Brown now. He puts that right onto the foot of Hermanus Achterkamp. Achterkamp again. Pass a little bit short. Here's Elmadi Youssoufi. Youssoufi. Now all the way back to Filippo Dadone. Greeks controlling possession for the first moments here. You might have to expect that to be the majority of the pattern here. That ball leaks out. Diagonal ball looking for Youssoufi, and that is blocked. Brady coming in to get some help for Garner. Now they finally get it out of the box at least. Ewan Sanchez leaves that for Luca Di Stasio to chase, but it's going to go all the way back to Dadone. Achterkamp, Patrick McCann, now Cormac Pike. Looking to try to keep this on the deck. Now comes Barakatullah Sharifi. Out wide, Josie Sanchez steps out to intercept that pass. He'll roll it for Sanchez, for Ewan Sanchez. He's getting surrounded there. Brady under some pressure. Now, Aldair Kezun. Ewan Sanchez. Oh, he gets through a couple men. Sanchez trying to flip that to Di Stasio. Mike Park trying to head that to Spencer Burkhart. Didn't get there. Youssoufi again. Cutting into the middle. And that one just behind him. Brown to Sanchez. Now Joseph Kress. Park. Hoboken happy to have him back in midfield after that issue with the center backs, which he was covering. Di Stasio, not where you want him in the box. Sanchez is going to get a corner out of that. First big set piece of the game. Looking for a new ball. Hoboken have had some success off of corners this season. Scored 2 of their 4 against Richmond County off of corner kicks. Spencer Burkhart to put it in. That is headed up into the air. Brown heads it back. Punched away by Dadone. Now here's Brown again. That pass didn't quite come off. Up forward and Sanchez. Josie Sanchez back there. Brady stepping forward. Di Stasio sandwiched. Sanchez puts that all the way up, and Dadone tells everybody to leave it be. McCann. And that's a foul against Brian Saramago. He is the leading scorer on this team. He'll be able to flip this in. This will be, see if they take this short, they do. McCann. Whacked up field. Approaching the 9th minute already. Not a whole ton of goalmouth action. That pass from Burkhart might create some for the Greeks. Able to scramble back. He was looking for Park there. Pike. That is a hard tackle, but on Carlos Puig, but it was clean. Brown. Kress keeps it alive. Burkhart. Back for Kress. Now here comes Enzo Petricelli running for it. Malachi McGovern will beat him to it though. Kress coming down and a little bit too hard. Foul there. Taken quickly again. Pike. Now Puig. Side by side with Park, and Daniel Brady steps in, but he gets jumped by Saramago. Yusufi tries to put that into the channel. He was probably expecting a run from Puig. Brady expressing some displeasure with the ref. He's gets jumped again. Puig, Saramago. Still in the box. Puig, goal. In the 11th minute, Hoboken are searching for an offside call, but they're not going to get it. Daniel Brady, it's his first game in quite some time and a little bit of ring rust, I think. It's been since the end of March. And the Greeks putting Hoboken in an early hole thanks to a mistake in the back. That's been an unfortunate hallmark of these last few months for Hoboken, just those individual errors that pile up. Long ball looking for Brown. Brown, Dadone just gets out for it. And now there's a coming together here. Brown thinking that Dadone had been a bit too physical as he ran by. Actor Camp. Long over the top. That's gonna be a high boot there against Saramago. Brady perhaps ducking his head a little bit, but he's still a lot of chatter to the referee. We have a very looks like offside was the ultimate call there. Sanchez. D'Estasio can't flick that on. Very experienced referee today. Francesco Cowercy. Actor Camp, back to Cowercy. McCann. Saramago gonna chase that. Garner. And Kazun with a good save. Garner couldn't get it out of the box. But Saramago is denied by Aldahir Kazun. First corner of the match for the Greeks. Into the box, flicked header, Kazun has it. Greek Americans, the 1-0 lead. They have seen what that sort of pressure has done to the Hoboken back line. You can expect them to move it back. A little bit of a bump there from Cormac Pike on D'Estasio. That came before the ball got there. But the referee saying play on. D'Estasio can't get that away from Cowercy. Ewan Sanchez looking down the middle. Brown heads it but doesn't have anything. Brown making those runs up from midfield. It's been a danger for Greek Americans. If they get one of those right, could turn into a dangerous chance very quickly. Kazun upfield, headed away by McGovern. Sanchez looking for Sanchez on that pass. There'll be a Hoboken throw now with Garner set to take it. The goal by Carlos Puig, his first of the year. D'Estasio, chest. Brown puts that down into his stride. Brown across. He's got Burkhart, but he can't connect. Spencer Burkhart was there on the back post. Some good moves by Brown. Actor Camp. Now Cowercy. Moving upfield. Into the middle now. Puig denied by Park. Burkhart with a wayward pass there, looking for Kress. And the flag going up there on Puig. Sanchez going to send it long. Actor Camp wins it in the air. Sanchez trying to step out. Couldn't do it though. Yusufi. He's had the better of Garner once or twice already so far. Into the middle, Kazun holds. That's a hallmark of Andrew Bordy's game, the regular starter for Hoboken. He's not available today. Kazun commanding his box there. That was a little bit of an errant pass looking for Kress. Garner. Trying to hook that toward DeStasio. Achterkamp wins it again. Pike into the middle. Puig. McGovern. Now Achterkamp again. Saramago, Yusufi, there's McCann, and Josie Sanchez again flying around the back. Probably been the man of the match so far from a Hoboken standpoint. And then Brady stopping that ball. DeStasio with the chest. Now Sanchez, Achterkamp and DeStasio shoulder to shoulder. Achterkamp the winner in that encounter. They are holding, and that ball just got blown over by the wind. That pass, they were looking to. That pass was expected to go a lot further than it did, and we got a gust of wind that just knocked it to the side. Now, if you watched any of you watched a baseball game 2 days ago between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field, that wind was very similar. When it is blowing like this, it does cause some adjustments to be made. Pike. Saramago. Yusufi. Into the center. That was Sharifi. Poked away by Petrocelli. It'll be Puig. McGovern. Park picks that one up. Let that just roll out. Not quite certain where that was. That's Kress. Looked like it might have hit him on the nose there. Now Burkhart jumps on the loose ball. Puig stops one, but not two. Brown. Trying to move along the sideline. Puig dispossesses him, ultimately. It's an errant pass all the way back to Dadone, and again, the wind just knocked that back. Hoboken will have a throw. Burkhart having a few words with the referee. Brown loses out there to Puig. That is Kress complaining of a high boot there. Long pass intercepted. Here's Kress. Burkhart trying to hook that toward DeStasio, but he was heading back. He was in an offside position and trying to recover it. Here's McGovern. Up the right side, Puig loses out to Sanchez. Knocked down by Petrocelli. Cross in. Great flick by Saramago. Removed from play by Garner. Now, that's a dangerous pass across his own box. Yusufi with the interception. Hoboken again not playing the cleanest around their own penalty area. Ewan Sanchez. Garner is going to knock it free. DeStasio maybe making the wrong choice on how to control that. And he is fouled. He fouls, rather. I believe that was Puig. McGovern. Now Achterkamp. Pike. Pike. Yusufi gets around Garner. That cross there repelled by Brady. And now Ewan Sanchez moving up the right side again. He's got some room to move. DeStasio to his left, but that's all right now. He's waiting for some more help. And he's going to end up getting a corner kick. Some shaky play for Hoboken in their own half. Now looking to maybe do some damage and get back into this with a corner. Into the box, near post, flicked on, goal! I think that might have been Brady who got the last touch on it. We're tied at 1 in the 24th. Corner kicks again for Hoboken. And it's as you were, 1-1 now. Hoboken have been fighting to get back into this game. Now they have. McCann. McGovern. Long, he's got Puig on the right side. Puig into the middle. No targets there, and Garner will do the smart thing and knock it out for the throw. Yusufi. That's poked away by Kress. Hoboken can counter here. DeStasio. Sanchez. Achterkamp not going to let him have that room this time. But he's not going to be able to maintain possession either. Out of play for the Hoboken throw. Achterkamp. For the second time of asking. That first time Sanchez went down the field, he didn't close him, and it turned into the corner. This time, he did not let that happen again. DeStasio dispossessed there by Caorsi. Dadone. McGovern. I'm trying to go long, but it's out of play. Petricelli wants something from his teammates. Now there's a Greek American player down, and it was Caorsi, it looked like. He was tangled up with Brown, I think. And now there is a foul against Brown. Caorsi was marking him hard. And the wind has returned. Achterkamp being pressed. Gets that one Into Puig, who gets that into Saramago. And that is a great play by Petrocelli. Caorsi, McCann. Out to the right side. Puig. That is a goal kick. Tension's running high here. Referee has not produced any cards yet, but he's had to come in and mediate a couple of confrontations on the field so far. Kezun. Sends that one deep. McCann wins the header, but only to the sideline, and Brown, like he took a bit of a blow to the head, but he's back up now. D'Estasio chasing it to the byline, and I think the wind assisted that a little bit as it ran away from him. The officials have pretty much given up on trying to get the corner flags to stay up straight. It's a Sisyphean battle if I've ever seen one. Daniel Brady steps out. Brown trying to move that into D'Estasio. Can't get it through a crowd. Brown down, but Sanchez keeps it in play. Across, and it's a corner. It was deflected behind. Can Hoboken do some more damage? This Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The aircase uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game in Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Burkhart to send in another one. Looking for the middle of the box this time. That's punched. We're going to go to the other side. Referee says he wants it to go to the other side. Maybe he'll let it stay. And there's some more extracurricular activity going on. Referee is going to have a discussion here with Brady and Yusufi. And it comes again. Burkhart trying to lift the flag just to keep it out of his way. Nice delivery by Burkhart. Dadone punches. D'Estasio just a little wide. Joseph Kress got onto the punch and put it into the box for D'Estasio. D'Estasio, the leading scorer on Hoboken with 11 goals. But those goals all came within a span of 5 games from from October to early November. He hasn't scored since a 6-1 win over since a 1-0 win over Vistula. That was on November the 9th. Achterkamp. McCann. McGovern can't control that. He's going to gift Hoboken a chance up near the corner now. Tied at 1 in the 33rd minute. Petrocelli tries to put it in early. That hit D'Estasio in the back, I think. He was trying to turn and go with it. He went a little early. And now a misstep by Dadone. So after earlier in the half, Hoboken with a spate of mistakes in front of their own box, starting to see a few creep in for Greek Americans now. And Hoboken will come up for their 5th corner of the match. They evened it up off of their 2nd. Another good delivery through a crowd. Ball kicked away from Sanchez. Burkhart will keep possession for the time being. And Petrocelli moves it all the way back. Some very good deliveries on the corner kicks by Burkhart these last few times around. Achterkamp. Yusufi. Hoboken much more into this match than they were in the early phases. Sharifi, Puig, goal scorer, and Saramago was offside. Flag up quickly there. Hoboken have grown into this one. Petrocelli skips that past one man. McGovern marking D'Estasio and can only poke it away. Here's Kress. Poked out from behind him. And a foul along the sideline. One. Hoboken, if they want any chance to stay in the playoff race, need to win their last 4 matches. But that's a tall order with the Greeks facing them from the other side of the field, and then they've got Lansdowne Yonkers next week. Brown, Park. Garner moving forward really for the first time today. Yusufi trying to force him wide and just does get him over the sideline. Heading back up. Cowersey. Brady flings that out. Achterkamp. That wind again. Whipping here. Sharifi. Saramago! Another save by Kezoun. That's the 2nd time that Saramago's been denied. Sanchez trying to move Sharifi out. High into the box. Ewan Sanchez heads it away. Pike. Yusufi. He's got Cowersey on the sideline. McCann now. Coercy into the middle. Looking for Sharifi. And Brady stops the cross. And that is deflected. He was trying to clear it out. That took a weird bounce across the face of goal, but it's eventually cleared out. Scooped up. Good header there by Petrocelli to flick it to a teammate. Brown can't get past McCann there, but Kazun out to recover. Something that seems a lot improved by Kazun over the last time we saw him. There were some issues controlling his box the way that you usually see with Bordy. He's doing it very well here today, along with making 2 fantastic saves. And Garner looking for an early cross, but he mishit that. More action tonight from the APSL Metropolitan Conference. We've got 2 games for you at 6 p.m., one that will have a lot of impact on Hoboken. Manhattan Celtic against Kid Super Samba. If Hoboken can win here, then that result becomes very important. At 8 p.m., Richmond County will face New York Athletic Club. Kazun gets away from Saramago there. Brown heads it for Burkhart. Burkhart looking towards the middle. Pike got it away from Sanchez. Puig up the right wing again. Petrocelli and Kress both working. Petrocelli and Kress both unable to stop that. Good strong header though by Brady. About 5.5 minutes left in this first half. It's been a good one. McGovern. Upfield, Puig. And Puig down. The call is a throw-in. That was a coming together there between Puig and Petrocelli. Petrocelli is, I think, the worse off of the two. He's not up yet. Now he is. Now the Greek Americans will restart with a throw. Coercy to trigger it back in. Sharifi. He gets that taken off of him by Brown. Brown spins, and again. Poked back by Burkhart. Kress gonna bring it all the way back. Looking for Ewan Sanchez. Finds him, settles it nicely. Park. Through the center. This is D'Estasio. Actor Camp got in the way. And another big collision. Dadone definitely took the brunt of that. 2 big guys coming barreling into him. D'Estasio now also dropping to the ground after he tried to get up. That was a great pass by Park. Actor Camp got in there to disrupt the move by D'Estasio, who now looks like he's in more pain than he was at the start. Dadone is also still on the deck. And this could look, well, now Dadone is up, but he is gimpy right now. And D'Estasio might not be able to continue here. That would be a blow for Hoboken if that were the case. Now he comes up. Hoboken have really been trying to find their number 9 with Ali Dawa moving to Lansdowne over the summer. D'Estasio trying to run that off. Dadone. I wonder if Dadone might have gotten... Dadone, I think, got spiked. I think you can see he's wearing some black bottoms under his shorts, and there seems to be quite a hole in them from where I can see. Long clearance, that's going to be a goal kick. That injury might add some time onto this half. We're in the 44th minute. Achterkamp. Yusufi. Garner pushing him back. Now here's Dadone. Let's see. First time he's had the ball come to him. Now here's Sanchez to D'Estasio. Now Burkhart. Sanchez pulls around. Sanchez stopped by Dadone. It's the first save he's made today. Good move by Sanchez to give himself that shooting lane, but was a little bit too central to the keeper. Puig. It's going to be picked up by Hoboken now. Petrocelli. Kress. Jumped by a pair. That's going to be a foul. McGovern rather. We are now into stoppage time. Brady gets in front of Saramago there. Burkhart. Brown, D'Estasio, and the flag up. That was tight, but 3 minutes is the stoppage time we'll have in this first half. Already about 3/4 of the way through the first one. Into the center. This is some dribbling, and what a fantastic block by Sanchez. Great dribble into the box there. Sharifi. Sanchez blocks that cross from Puig. Sharifi now fires! Another save by Kazun! That's his third in the half. Corner kick. Francesco Caorsi is going to come over to take it. Into the center. That was Yusufi trying something acrobatic there, but Tame and Kazun easy with the claim. Upfield. Pike gonna screen that off until it gets to Dadone. Yusufi. Here's Puig. Advantage called there. Garner had a fistful of Yusufi's shirt. That one is another corner again. I think that was Sanchez who got the last touch on it. A last minute flurry. We got about 20 seconds left of the 3 added on the end of the first half. Flicked on, cleared away. Sanchez, anywhere will do at this point in the half. And a foul called on McGovern. And this should end the half. Brady just blasting it. And that will do it. A fun first half. Hoboken are standing their own against New York Greek Americans, needing victory to keep their playoff hopes alive. It was the Greek Americans who started the scoring with Carlos Puig, a corner kick goal from Daniel Brady, evening it up. Some good chances on both ends as the half wore on. We are halfway home at Laurel Hill Park. The score, Hoboken 1, New York Greek Americans 1. Now, let's take you to our plays of the week.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to Laurel Hill Park. 1-1 as we are about to begin the second half between Hoboken and Greek Americans. And Hoboken will start us off. Tristan Barquin has come into the game as the left back in place of Enzo Petricelli. Puig, an early encounter with Barquin, who can be rather physical. That's McGovern trying to head that. It kind of pinged off. Here's Etienne Botti. That is out of play. Botti, we apologize to him and any of his connections for not naming him in the first half. His number was added to the he was added to the roster after the roster was submitted to us, so we didn't have it until just now at halftime. Botti into the middle. That is going to be a goal kick as Yusufi can only deflect that behind. Kazun triggers it back in short. Kazun, a massive day so far, 3 big saves. Patrick McCann, he's going to leave that for McGovern. Botti, Puig, the goal scorer, into the middle, and that is headed down to Josie Sanchez by Mike Park. That was a little dangerous. DeStasio fighting with Actor Camp, who has been winning that battle today for the most part. Yusufi. Francesco Caorsi now into the middle again. That is knocked away by Joseph Kress. Botti. There's a shot and Kazun beats it away again. That's his 4th big save. Puig was looking for his 2nd. Another change for Hoboken. Luke Smith is in for Azar Brown. Good first half for Brown, but did a lot of running and gets a deserved rest. Smith, a creative midfielder. That's Actor Camp flicking that out, and it just goes over the line. Didn't get good connection on that. Did Hermanus Actor Camp. Brady. It's been the highs and the lows for Brady. It was his mistake that allowed Puig to score. But then he was the one that got the last touch on that flick on the corner. Smith trying to get around Caorsi. Caorsi will gain his team a throw. Here is Puig. Caorsi. Yusufi takes it from Sharifi. Adam Garner has not been at, and now a foul against Yusufi. That was Brady who got taken out. Nothing in terms of cards in the first half. Or some tempers flared once in a while, but the referee kept things rather controlled without having to dish out cards at a prodigious rate. Brady, gotta think about the wind if you're Brady, especially going in this direction now. Ewan Sanchez. Trying to move that forward to DeStasio. Achterkamp just got a foot in. Otherwise, DeStasio might have been able to scamper past. Brady. Smith. Whacked out by Garner. Cormac Pike. Forced out by the defenders. Hoboken with the throw. Greek Americans will be alive to any slip-ups from New York Penn Cyprian over this next week or two. Penn Cyprians need two wins to cement their second title in 3 years. But, and now a yellow card there to Barakatullah Sharifi as he was interfering with Luke Smith around the free kick spot. We do have our first booking of the match. Daniel Brady is standing over this. See if he tries to pitch this one into the box. He will. And Filippo Dadone out there immediately. Dadone looks okay after that big collision he had. So does Luca DeStasio. Here's Puig. Looking into the middle. That one got by both of them. And the offside flag is up in any case. That one got by Sharifi and Saramago as they headed down the far post. Or actually, no, that might have been Yusufi who made the second effort, but would have been moot anyway. Brady. That was up over Sanchez, and yep, there it is. That ball just stopped in the air. The wind really altering the match when you're playing from that area of the field. The Greek Americans found that out in the first half. Hoboken discovering it now here in the second. That ball across, and it's a goal! And that might have been, I can't tell if that was touched or if that was an own goal. It looked like it was tipped behind by Kazun as he was trying to field that cross. It's hard to tell. There were a couple of bodies that flew in towards that ball very quickly, but all of a sudden, Greek Americans, kind of out of the blue, regaining the lead. Neither team having built much in the way of momentum yet. Josie Sanchez, that ball's going to go out of bounds. And if that was Kizun, that's really a tough break for him after keeping Hoboken in this match with some really special saves in the first. That's headed out of the way. Sanchez is fouled by Puig. '56th minute now. Greek Americans registering that second goal just under 10 minutes into the second half. And now Hoboken are going to have to dig really deep if they want to end this winless streak and stay where they at least can mathematically chase Manhattan Celtic for another week or two. If they were to lose today and Manhattan Celtic were to win, then they would be out and the playoff field would be set. Puig. Here's Sharifi. Puig again. Puig into the middle. Kizun comes out and gets it right before Yusufi does. Ewan Sanchez. That's no options there but to try to pick up a throw, and does. Orsi puts that one through. Here's Yusufi. He's alone, and Kizun again! One-on-one, he beats Elmadi Yusufi and denies him his 9th goal of the year. What a fantastic save that was. It was him that last touched it before that last goal went in. He's bounced right back. He has had a heck of a contest today. Greek Americans with their first corner of this half. Headed away by Kress. Going to be staying right here for a throw. McGovern will trigger it back to Botti eventually. Botti, and across comes Brady for the header. Burkhart couldn't quite control that though. Sharifi gonna earn another corner. And now what's critical for Hoboken is to stay in striking distance. If they allow the Greeks to start pulling ahead, it is going to be incredibly difficult. That's backed up. Back into the box, header is over. Yusufi, I think, trying to figure out where that one went wrong. And change coming for Hoboken. Spencer Burkhart is leaving the field. And I believe that is Adam Yingling who is replacing him. Rough day for Burkhart. Had some great deliveries on those corners, but not much else. And he's upset on the sideline, whether that's because he was substituted or because of his performance. We're not quite sure. Here's Puig now. Botti. And Sanchez takes that ball off of Puig, and Puig gets called for the foul there. It's the second guy that always gets caught. So some heavy contact by Sanchez that was deemed legal. Josie Sanchez will put this back into play. Taken down by DeStasio. Yingling. He fires that in, looking for Sanchez in the box. Sanchez now! Big block by Cormac Pike. Good job there. It was a good job in the box by DeStasio to get Sanchez that ball. Hoboken are going to be able to get those chances every now and then, but they've got to make them count here. Smith up the line. Sanchez dispossessed there. Long ball for Botti. He takes it. Barquin along the byline, and Kazun easily claiming that. Garner. All the way up. DeStasio and Smith getting in each other's way, it looked like. And Yingling is unable to keep that, and Puig goes down. And that is a yellow card. It is going to be Barquin. Barquin is prone to the odd caution. He plays very aggressively. That, though, was a tactical foul. As Puig was about to run away with that. Any free kick in this direction could either be supercharged by the wind is just blowing the ball off of the free kick spot. Francesco Caorsi trying to keep it where he wants it. This is about now where in the NFL you'd have the holder for the kicker. Brady heads that one away. Scooped back in. Saramago was onside, it looks like. Throw in coming for Greek Americans here. Lead Sharifi back a little bit. McGovern for Orsi, who couldn't evade Josie Sanchez with that cross. Now here's Yingling. Sanchez has got some room in front of him, but he couldn't bring that down. Sanchez. Now Park. Park dribbling past a few. He was looking for DeStasio, but he got in the way there. '65th, 66th minute. This second half feels like it's flown by. And there's a change coming for Hoboken here. It is the other of the Burkhart brothers, Corey Burkhart. Finally back on the field after being out all of the first half. And he immediately is going to come to take this kick. Into the box. Oh, what a save! Dadone with a great one-handed save. It was Josie Sanchez that got a good head to it. Foul called. Hoboken inches from equalizing for the second time today. And now some changes for Greek Americans. You can see McCann is starting his way off the field. And it's Puig who is the second man to come away. Greek Americans put it back into play. Upfield. Brady immediately going into some battles with Paul McVeigh, one of the new substitutes, number 12. The other substitute, I think, another miscommunication on the part of in terms of roster there. Sanchez gets it out. Yingling will earn a throw. Corners have been Hoboken's threat today. Only put one shot on target from open play. Yingling outside of the boot. DeStasio. And Achterkamp takes that away from him, and it's going to be a throw for the Greeks. Achterkamp has been winning that battle between him and DeStasio all day long. And more change coming with Garner stepping away. Justinian Michaels is on. Michaels, who has scored a couple goals in the last few games for Hoboken. He's out here on the left, and Tristan Parkwin has moved over to the right. Yingling battling for the bounce there with McGovern, but carried away. Here's Yusufi. He'll get a taste of Barquin now. And Barquin runs him down towards the boundary, and it's going to be a goal kick. Barquin immediately doing a better job there than Adam Garner had at keeping Yusufi covered. Header one. Michael's stepping up for that header. And now he gets that one away from Saramago. Barquin looking for Yingling. Park eventually finds him. Now Corey Burkhart. Sanchez. Sanchez down the right side. Into the middle, it was just over D'Estasio's head. And then headed away. Now Greek Americans looking to counter, and there's going to be a yellow card here for Park. And if that cross had been a tiny bit lower, D'Estasio probably heads it in. Hoboken, I believe, have used all of their changes. As it stands right now, Hoboken would need Kid Super Samba to do them a solid if they wanted to stay in the playoff race for another week. Brady, McVeigh powers through him, but misses the frame. It wasn't that far away, though. And now Brady is on the floor. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The aircase uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game in Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Daniel Bedoya has come on for Greek Americans. Now McVeigh looking to put Yusufi in. He heads it back to himself. That's deflected down, and Brady just blasts it back behind. In the way the game has been going the last few minutes, it feels more like Greek Americans will add to this lead before Hoboken can manage to equalize. Into the box. Kazun punches. Botti well over. '74th minute, time rapidly becoming the enemy for Hoboken. Their best chance to stay in the race for the playoff is to score 2 and win this game. They do not have a lot of time to do it. That's a goal kick. Greek Americans rather incensed by that call. Kazun got that goal kick in between gusts of wind, and he was able to propel it forward a little bit more. Kazun wants his mates up forward. That one takes a weird trajectory down towards the ground. Burkhart is going to get it to Michaels. And Michaels then had to wrap that one clear for Bedoya, away from Bedoya rather. Burkhart gave Sanchez a lot to do there to get to that, but he does it. Into the middle again. Headed away by Kaorsi. Bedoya. That's moving forward, Yusufi. Brady in front of him. Yusufi off the bar! Closer and closer. The Greek Americans coming to adding to this lead and sealing this win for themselves. That is taken down by Park. Burkhart. Sanchez. Michaels. Dangerous pass there. Advantage called. Yusufi! That time he scores! Yusufi's been trying from around that position for the last 5 minutes or so, and he's finally got it. '77th minute goal. Number 9 on the year for Yusufi. And you have to think that's probably going to do it. It's been, I have to say, a much more even contest than the first game between these two teams was in December, or in September rather, but that's small comfort for Hoboken at this stage of the year as this result holds. That's Sanchez moving into the box there and leaving one for D'Estasio. It was thumped clear by Achterkamp just at the last minute. And now Yusufi looking for McVeigh, but it was too much. If this result holds, Hoboken will have extended their winless streak to 8. Around Park, now McVeigh with Sanchez on him. Bedoya, McVeigh. Into the middle, headed down by Barkwin. And now a bicycle kick. What a save! What a shot, what a save! Yusufi looking for a second one in quick succession. And Kazun making what I would say is his 6th save of the afternoon to deny him a spectacular shot. Some more changes. Botti is coming off. Francesco Perinelli is on. Headed back across. Bedoya. Gets that one into Saramago, but Luke Smith is there. It's going to stay on this end, though. And now some more changes for the Greeks. And Yusufi is one of the men coming off. He's been excellent today. And Kaorsi is the other player in white who is stepping to the sideline. Farinelli keeps it close here. And that ball, an offside flag there. That last little bit of play, though, that got Mike Park in the face. I hope it was the ball and not a foot. Barquin. Upfield. Achterkamp has been imperious back there today. Ewan Sanchez. Here's Yingling. Yingling shot, and it's in! Tucks it right inside the post! 3-2! 82nd minute, it's game on now. 4th of the season for Adam Yingling. Yingling has a penchant for scoring against these big teams. He had 2 goals when he had 1 goal when Hoboken upset the Pancyprians on this field last season. It was a very good pass to him from Ewan Sanchez as well, who's had a good game. Hoboken with a lifeline here. Sanchez again. Upfield. Dadone comes out to claim that one. Dadone rolling that one out. Michaels gets around Bedoya. Bedoya recovers. Yingling comes back. Saramago. That's Cormac Pike. Kazun is there rather easily. Park. Michaels on the near side. Hoboken. With an opening ever so slight. Smith. Yingling. He's not going to beat Achterkamp to the ball, though. But he does end up claiming that. And he puts that into the box. Wasn't very powerful. Park keeps it. This is Barquin now. His pass blocked out. Burkhart. Barquin. Gets around Bedoya. Gonna have to settle it back. And good interception there. But it heads right back. Ewan Sanchez again. Exchanging with Smith. Rolls it there, but Smith skied it. 5 minutes to go. Luke Smith. This is the kind of situation when Hoboken really misses Anthony Donaldson. This one comes out to Perinelli. And Bedoya got yanked down from behind by Burkhart. Greek Americans. If they maintain this position, they'll be the 3rd seed in the playoffs. That is the seed from which they won the playoff last year. Went to what was then still known as the EPSL National Championship. Won that. And then this past September won the NISA Nation National Championship. They've had some postseason success, even after finishing 3rd last year. That ball is flicked over the net. 3 minutes remain. There is a change coming as well. It's going to be Cormac Pike coming off. Daniel Brady, I don't think realizing that they were putting somebody else on. It's Carl Sjoberg coming on. Sanchez, Smith, nice flick back to Sanchez. The Greeks with some track back defense. Now McVeigh. And there's a foul here and a card coming for Barquin, and I think that might be his 2nd. It is. Tristan Barquin. Frankly, I would call that one a little harsh. Yeah, it is his 2nd yellow. And that perhaps snuffing out the comeback attempt. 2nd yellow card for Barquin. A little bit of contact. I wouldn't have called it a professional foul though, that last play. Looked like there was Bedoya is going to take this corner kick. The Greeks wanting to take this, and again the ball just rolling because of the wind. And the corner flag not doing much better. Into the box, poked out, headed out by Smith. Shot, that's deflected, and then Brady tries to send it downfield. The wind catches it and pushes it back. Ewan Sanchez. Headed out by Achterkamp. Advantage called. McVeigh with Brady along the left side. Goal kick. And a yellow card coming, I think that was to the bench. that was to the Greek Americans bench, that yellow card that was just brandished. Can't tell if it was to a player who was on the bench or if it was to a coach. Brady sends it forward. Now McVeigh. McVeigh trying to dribble inside the box. Burkhart took it away from him. Cleared now by Michaels. McGovern. There's Saramago looking for that one, but Kazun is there. Park overran that. And another one off the bar. And this is going to be stopped for offside. McVeigh was offside after the on the shot. Second time in this half that New York Greek Americans have struck the bar. We are in stoppage time. Hoboken have fought hard here. They've been undone by a couple of mistakes and a piece of quality goal scoring by Elmadi Yusufi. That goal, by the way, now the difference in this match. McVeigh loses it, and then Smith is pulled down hard. Tristan Barquin will miss next week's game against Lansdowne Yonkers for Hoboken. My goodness, the wind just stopped that in its tracks. Anything that goes up high right now, this wind is shoving towards those cliffs that you can see behind the goal. It's really just, it was at one point going sort of diagonally across the field from left to right. Now it's just blowing straight to the right. Kazun holds that free kick. He'll toss it out to Michaels. Hoboken could still salvage at least a point out of this if they have the time. It is 5 minutes of stoppage time. We are about 3 minutes through that. Four minutes through that, actually. Oh, that was close. Adam Yingling was alone in the box there. If Malachi McGovern hadn't stepped up to intercept that pass, he would have been one-on-one with Dadone. And maybe Hoboken would have pulled out something a little crazy. That one is aimlessly cleared. McGovern. Adam Yingling asking for some action for time wasting. That was a foul against D'Estacio. Achterkamp again all over him. He hasn't had the freedom to operate at all today. Very often he's had to hold the ball up, or at least try to. Actor camp, and that is going to do it. A valiant stand by Hoboken, but it remains another loss. 8 games without a win now in the second half of the season, and if Manhattan Celtic were to win today against Kid Super Samba, they would be eliminated from the playoff race. That game will be on Game in Frame and the Game in Frame YouTube at 6 p.m. tonight. Richmond County against the New York Athletic Club at 8 p.m. Some more action from the APSL Metropolitan Conference. Goals for Carlos Puig, El Mahdi Yusufi, and then an own goal in between for the Greek Americans. Daniel Brady and Adam Yingling trying to respond, but just not enough. Our final score here from Laurel Hill Park. It is Hoboken 2, Greek Americans 3. I'm Sam Lopresti for Game in Frame. Thanks very much for joining us this afternoon, and we'll see you for our next contest.